Nation, kings and queens, brothers and sisters, niggas and bitches, hoes and foes, rappers and trappers, strippers and scammers. Welcome to the Old Nigga Podcast. I'm your host, Chad Red. Today we have
General Mills, salute.
Mr. Port in the building.
What's happening with y'all fellas?
Chillin', man. What's going down?
We get right into the news this week, man. The news this week, ooh, been all kinds of shit, man.
It's going down this week, last week.
It really has, man. Speaking of going down, old boy hung himself.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein. What y'all think about that?
Pedophile. Not as a pedophile, he's just a molester, right? Same thing? All that
Sex
shit.
trafficker.
Sex trafficker.
Yeah, man. That in general, man. That's the whole sex trafficking thing be just throwing me off because now I be looking at stuff and seeing things and I be just thinking of how, you know, this shit is so lucrative out here. We don't even know what's happening in Atlanta too. It's like
I'm still trying.
I still trying to figure out in Atlanta. We don't even see the shit.
Yeah, and it's right in our nose and don't even know. But I try to read up on it, but it's like they still can't tell me how he makes his money. He worth all his money, millions or billions of dollars.
He said 500 million.
Yeah, but how? So if you're known for sex trafficking, motherfucker, that's how you getting your money.
Right.
You can't keep on denying it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, no, I'm not a sex trafficker. Well, what do? You ain't no property. You ain't got none of this. You ain't got none of that.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know.
And I think I think, it's sad to say, but I think he reached the upper echelon of sex trafficking.
Right.
That I think he only does it with the elites.
With the pros, exactly. With the elites.
Senators and probably pastors and preachers and shit.
I don't know if y'all seen the thing with Donald Trump. Donald Trump been known to visit his parties, and they had a girl a few years ago who was actually suing. She went about pressing charges, but in the court documentation, it actually says that she witnessed him and Donald Trump having an argument about which one of them was gonna break her virginity. And at the time, she was 13 years old.
Wow.
So
it's crazy.
I don't know about y'all, but after I read that, and Jeff Epstein was in court, it kind of made me like,
That boy Donald looking like.
Y'all think he committed that suicide? Fuck, straight to it. Y'all think he did it?
Damn right.
He committed the suicide? You think he was murdered?
Was he
Shut him
about
up?
to tell?
Well, I put it like this. Maybe he couldn't handle the pressure, man.
Yeah, maybe he couldn't because he knew all the shit he did,
exactly.
Or maybe he knew somebody could find out, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I'm a conspiracy theorist on some of the things.
Some shit, yeah.
And to know, all right, with a man of his stature, when he's about to go in jail right now, you know they about to give him life.
He got his own island, right?
Yeah, he had his own island. They actually raided his island. They raided it the day after he died. So whatever documents or whatever thing he had there is still gonna get seen. But I would think the only way for him to get out of the situation is to give up somebody bigger.
So how does that work though, far as like, you know, some countries, states, or whatever, you can't extradite people because of where it is. So where like the island is somewhere the FBI or the states can extradite them from? Like how does that supposed to work?
I don't know. I know the FBI went there.
Yeah.
So if they went there, they raided the island and looked for evidence, I guess they can. I really don't know, bro. Don't get me lying. I just think the whole situation is fishy because now the two security guards that was the ones watching him, both of them paid leave of absence now. Shit, even the warden got fired.
Damn.
But they tried to say the reason was that the guards was overworked. So the guards was working 18-hour shifts. So they said that guards wouldn't go and check the post every 30 minutes like they were supposed to.
Right.
Because they was overworked, and man, so.
Undermanned, overworked.
Yeah, undermanned, that's what I mean.
Sound familiar? Every black man job.
Right. You could do double. You could work 2.5. But yeah, that whole situation is crazy, bro. But I don't know. He getting murdered. If he's about to tell, committing the suicide, maybe he was under too much pressure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
White man can't handle that pressure.
He didn't want to tell.
Yeah, I think it was more so him committing his own suicide versus him being murdered. 'Cause I don't think they'll go that deep to it. But like I say, Donald Trump has so much shit in plain sight. A murder? Nah, you have to. You know what I'm saying? Hey, take your beef. You know what I'm saying? What can he really say that can hurt Donald Trump even more than what he's already been doing that we already don't know? You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be surprising.
Kind of broke it down good when you said that he had things in plain sight.
Yeah.
I say, honestly, Donald Trump is probably the best criminal I ever seen.
Man, the best. The best, man.
The way he got with words and people, his charisma, he's good at selling, and he sells fear, he sells pride.
Good one.
He sells power.
Yeah.
He the best salesman, best.
You too can be like me.
Make America great again.
Yeah. So all my followers.
Fucking dude is good. I'm not gonna lie to
Can't
you.
knock him, man.
I watch
So
him.
the dude is good.
He's fucking good, bro.
And I think it's weird that I say this because everybody know I'm not a Donald Trump. I don't like him as a president. But before when he did his TV shows and all that, I'm like, this motherfucker's an animal, man. He's a cold savage. You know, that's how I thought about the guy. But then as a president, I'm like, this racist bastard. You know what I'm saying? Like, son of a bitch. But like, nah, as a president, nah, I can't stand his ass, man.
Right.
So
Definitely not a good president. I think he might have tried to. I don't know.
What that?
I think he got him killed. I'll be real with you. I think the dude was actually about to give up Donald Trump and some other people, and before he can do that,
They took him out.
Yeah.
Made it look like a suicide.
I don't know. We'll never know the truth. We don't have
Hell
enough
no.
money to know the truth.
Choke him the fuck out and then just hang him out.
So, talking about suicide, all right, that brings us into the next thing, talking about suicide, but this is about the police. That y'all know, since June 5th, 7 police in New York have committed suicide.
wow. No, I didn't know that.
It's
June 5th.
since June 5th. It's 9 on the year, so I don't know what's going on over there.
This is New York.
In New York, NYPD. 7 committed suicide. I don't know if this is the effects of brutality, the job, or what's going on underneath.
Right.
Yeah, just like same precinct or same.
Cover up or what?
Yes. I don't know. I'll probably take a look at that later and see if I can find out.
Yeah,
That's,
that was,
the same precinct. Then that's some cover up shit, right?
yeah, definitely
Yeah,
the same
That's some
precinct.
cover up shit, right?
Now the murders, well, not. I'm gonna say murders. The suicides. The few that I read about have been from gun inflicted wounds.
So yeah.
So in the house, kids, everything. So. But talk about.
So the conspiracy theorist thought on that is what?
I don't know about conspiracy theory. I was just talking about that. Just talk about how the fucking police brutality is. To say that maybe that the guilt is getting to them.
Yeah.
And with police,
Cop shit.
yeah, with police brutality, that's the main thing about the news this week.
I mean, when you feel like you're back in the corner, you can't do nothing else, man. It's like some people just can't take that. That's them, man. Hey, life in jail, embarrass my family, embarrass this, embarrass that. Man. People can't deal with it.
Could you do life in jail?
Nah.
You can do life in jail?
No. I need freedom, dog. All the freedom. I need every second,
Well, if I ever do life in jail, it's going to be because, well, I done had to protect my family or myself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Other than that, like, I don't have that. I don't have that in me to go to jail for like some drug possession or selling drugs. I'm past that shit.
Right.
So my thing is, if I go to jail, I'm protecting my family. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I can't see me being. Nah, that's what we got going on next, man.
Oh, the only other thing is the Jay-Z thing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that nigga Jay.
Hey, so what about like?
I don't know.
I think that he has something that's about to go on like far as I think he's trying to capitalize on a lot of shit so he can surround the whole market like far as because he's doing stuff with the trying to find not lawyers but actual like change the laws and shit. You know what I'm saying?
What with the
Like
NFL?
no, not just the NFL.
The reform. Prison reform.
Yeah. So it's
Prison
like
reform.
he's I feel like he's trying to circle the market on a lot of shit. So he's trying to have his hands on a little bit of everything so he controls more certain shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like You know, same thing with Kaepernick. I don't feel like he's going behind his back or doing nothing wrong. I mean, he still got to make his money. He has a brand. You know what I'm saying? So if he has more, the more he got his hands in shit, the more shit he can control as well. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was a good move. But then it's like, first of all, Cap about what, 30 what? If you think about it,
maybe 30, 31,
maybe 30.
32.
Well,
Cap ain't
that old.
I wouldn't put him over 35. I would say about 32, 33.
Well, I don't even think I don't even think he wants to play for real. Man. You know
Well, I was just watching something earlier where he was like, niggas was like, damn, y'all mad at Jay-Z or whatever, but, Kaepernick got a settlement. He got paid off. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's talking about that.
I thought the same thing, man.
And my whole thing was, what is Kaepernick saying? This is Instagram, Twitter world. He could have easily been said something about it, made a comment.
But his girlfriend only one spoke up so far. He ain't even spoke up.
So what she said?
But
I ain't heard
do you think the NFL paid him off to not say something? Because ever since he had that meeting and had the thing, he didn't say shit.
Because they paid him. I mean, when you get a lawsuit, that basically means you can't talk bad about it. You can't come back. You can't go in no news conference. You know what I mean? It's like, can't talk about it. Basically, you can't say nothing negative about it.
So you think Cap sold his soul?
I mean, it was a lawsuit. Discrimination. They figured out, the NFL was on some bullshit, and they had to break bread to make it right.
If you really wanted to play football, if it was in your blood to play football, there's different leagues out here you could have played for. If it was really about the sports. You know what I'm saying? They got leagues overseas.
Like if he still really wanted to play, he could have played anywhere.
Exactly. So it's like
I just started the last year before this shit happened. Wasn't he just a starter?
Nah, he was starting for the
I think
Niners.
it was,
he was a starter. Some recent shit
I think he was a year or 2 years removed from being a starter. I know he did have a decline before this, but it wasn't
like I never really heard of Kaepernick until this shit happened. You know what I mean?
It was good.
Yeah, I'm not a sports
He messed
dude,
over my team, man. Messed over my team, the Saints.
You know what I mean? Maybe, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I was in the mall about to cop something. It was affiliated with Jay-Z, and I was like, man, let me put the shit back. Because I don't really know how I really feel yet. You know what I'm saying? But, because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because for real, if he going in there to make different moves, that's like saying, you know what I mean, you get a position at wherever, Coke, whatever the biggest company you think that is running shit, you know what I'm saying? And you could say, alright, nigga, you my nigga, alright, I want you to take over the East Coast and employ more black people affiliated with Sony, with Apple, you feel me? Make more moves where we benefiting off of these people back now. You know what I'm saying? That, if he's gonna make moves like that, then damn right, get on it. Now niggas, independent, new artists, whatever, or whoever, his artist or whatever, can be on the Super Bowl now. Now it can be different structure to have an avenue for us, you know.
But we always had that avenue.
Like a Taylor Swift or nobody, you know what I'm saying?
But do y'all think the NFL did it just for that?
And this is what I was
saying.
saying.
Let's go get the biggest one just so we could get that culture involved.
And that
so
vulture shit.
Yeah, because basically last year the Super Bowl was the lowest rated Super Bowl because black people was boycotting. Halftime was stupid. All of that. The black people in general was supposed to boycott. I was supposed to boycott, but I watched it.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch any of it.
See what I'm saying? Now, when they get Jay-Z and he could put on the best halftime show, you know what's gonna go up? Commercial slides.
But see, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it because basically for me, sports for the last couple of years just been shitty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just been real shitty to me. Like, it hasn't been entertaining. They change the rules every week. You can't hit this. You can't grab that. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not football no more. It's like it's fucking touch football, man.
I feel you.
True.
I don't know, but like I was talking earlier about it, and I was just saying, like, think about it. These folks, these people, these clear people. They not just trying to give Jay-Z no bread. Why pick him? Why go after Jay-Z to pick him and be do a deal with? Who the hell is Jay-Z? I mean, Jay-Z is the man. Don't get me wrong.
And that's what the white people see.
But Why would they? You know what I mean? What do they? I guess they think he's that much of a influencer.
Right now, he
That
is.
How big
bring
is
the
that?
ratings up? 'Cause to me,
What black
what
artists? Name 2 black artists other than Jay-Z and Beyonce that's more in the news.
Yeah.
When you hear them names, what names you hear other than in the news?
They are the most influential
You know what I'm
black people besides
Yeah,
LeBron
yeah,
James
so-
and Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then they carrying LeBron now for some shit that he's doing with his son that he's supposed to be doing, and they backlashing on him.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, what is really going on out here, man?
Yeah, so I guess that big influence is going to bring all their ratings up and bring all their bread up because it's common sense. It's not. I mean, you know, yeah, they're going to break bread. He's supposed to get paid for it. I mean, it's a job. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's a contract agreement. So yeah, he gonna get paid. You know, niggas is mad that he gonna get paid. Kaepernick. But my thing is, Kaepernick ain't saying nothing. He ain't saying nothing. I never heard nothing. I never heard
Honestly,
nobody.
I don't think he can.
You know what I'm saying? He
I
probably
think the
can't.
NFL, whatever
Because
settlement they
broke
did with them,
bread,
is shut him down.
He don't need to play. Niggas just think he want to play. He good. This nigga good. He ain't playing
What was the settlement on his Nike contract?
I don't know. But that's what
The
I'm saying.
Nike one wasn't. I don't remember the Nike one, but I know the NFL settlement was what they call it, disclosed.
Oh,
So they never.
disclose
So
information.
the full thing about it,
Because he
nobody
got bread.
knows.
He
Because
got bread. That's why.
it's not to be said. So
Yeah.
the dollar amount
They gave some
is
amount
not known.
if they don't want to
And
mention.
Yeah, everything in it to say what he can do and what he can't say, nothing
Right,
is
nobody
known.
wanted to know.
All of it is closed to the public.
So if you're a $30 million player, right, and a year, so they
No,
telling
he
you, huh?
No,
So
he
what I'm
got
saying, so how
quadruple
much
that.
money would it take for you to shut the fuck up?
About
With him,
200 million.
I think he could have played it
200.
both ways though, because he could have played it where he could have got money for the rest of his career, and plus he could have got hush money, or just to stop this money. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
usually that's how it go down. They're going to give you money for to supplement your income that what you would have been making for however long your career would have probably lasted, and then money to where we don't hear no
Yeah,
shit.
ain't no shit.
Ain't
True.
no shit coming out.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. Wash
I
our
think he got
hands.
both.
Just let the shit go away, and that's it.
He
You know what I'm
didn't
saying?
say nothing. And if you know Colin Kaepernick, how he's not saying something.
Right.
And your whole thing is to
Say
always say something.
right?
Yeah.
But ever since the settlement, he haven't been on anything.
Goddamn thing.
And his name is brought up in everything. Like when Jay-Z was talking, he was like, this ain't about Kaepernick. It's not about a job. It's bigger than a job. Well, to say it's bigger than a job is still...
It's
well,
different
it's
when
both.
you got a job and another man ain't got
Yeah,
no job.
but it's both going together
Shit,
because people are thinking you a coon now because now they
yeah,
thinking
looking like a coon now.
that Kaepernick. That's the next question. Y'all think this a coon move or this a G move? What it is?
I'm looking at it as a G move. I'm looking at the money
it as
aspect.
a G move too. I mean, for him, it's a G move.
And I feel like it's gonna be. I just feel like
For the
it's a
fans,
bigger picture. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas gotta know the details. Because
Yeah.
that whole room and whatever he was saying ain't telling us what. Like, I heard he was supposed to be some advocate for something. You know what I'm talking about? What is the title that he's actually getting? It's a title.
It's the
to help
social injustice program or something like that.
So to me, that's like exactly what happened to Kaepernick. He was it was unjust treatment towards minority. Or I mean, that's probably not
you
the word.
can look up
that
right
we
quick how
use.
much money it is, but I know the money
For
that they giving to the social injustice thing.
Yeah. So.
But he also could give to like any charities or anything he want, which he said that he is giving money to Kaepernick.
And this is what
whatever
I'm
fight he
saying.
got going on.
That deal might have been part of the deal from when shit went down. You know what I'm saying? All right, well, let's satisfy Kaepernick with some more money.
Mm-hmm.
This is why Jay. You know what I mean? You don't know what what's the contract. You don't even know.
Now with Jay-Z, I wouldn't say it's a coon move. I think it's very decisive move, and I think he knew on both accounts. I think it might got a little. I wouldn't say coon, but it gotta have selfishness in it. Yeah, it's a little cool. Because I want to make sure me and my family cool over this.
Exactly.
So it's like fucking right. If y'all gonna use me, which he know he's an influencer.
A big
so
one.
it's like I know y'all trying to use me for this, so in the same time I want my money too. Now the only thing I have a problem with is it's still Roger Goodell.
The man in the
Man, this thing is going back to like
niggas.
1990, man.
You can only do as much as he allows you to do. So I don't know how Jay-Z gonna press the envelope to say what he wants.
That's what I'm saying. Once it, but just get a nigga in that spot to even do anything. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's the point. Like nigga, that's like all them seats in the White House where we can't elect the person we want because of the electoral seats.
Mm-hmm.
Get one more factor in one of them seats that is really gonna make a difference.
All right, so
if the nigga gonna be making.
Let me
a
ask
difference.
y'all this: do y'all think Jay-Z care about making a difference?
I think so.
I think he do.
Yeah.
I think he do. That 444 album just shows that he's on some next level shit. You know what I mean? He's trying to teach niggas some shit.
Yeah.
Niggas just gotta, can't make them learn it, but he trying to show niggas some shit. This is another level. Like, people gotta, you know what I mean? See the bigger picture. If that's what he doing though. You know what I mean? That's why I keep saying if he just up in there trying to get the bread and trying to get the, you know, culture vulture shit and get the clout, then that's another story. You know
I
what
think
I mean?
Goodell went for him for clout.
The who?
Roger Goodell. I think the reason he went to Jay-Z was for clout.
Yeah. That's probably a definite. I think.
Man, but ain't that most of what they do?
Yeah, they culture
Yeah,
vultures.
it's
what they do.
It's the world.
That's what they do.
Did y'all see the Meek Mill documentary?
Nah, I want to see that though.
Check that out. That explains a lot of more
Jay
stuff too.
helped out on that too, big time. He helped out.
What's the guy from?
He did some injustice.
What's the guy who owned just own
Rights.
Or,
The 76ers.
Who was it?
I know it's involved. It's the dude from the 76ers. It's Robert Kraft.
What, Meek Mill shit?
Yeah, I know that's the ones that the advocates that's all moving together.
Yeah, okay.
Now Robert Kraft is just a clout chaser. That's the owner of the Patriots.
Yeah.
So no matter what's the good movement he wants to be.
You want to be part of the
Yeah,
fan
you know, you see him on stage dancing with Cardi B and all kind of.
He's one of the first ones to throw you on the bus too. Huh?
Yeah, he is.
He throwing in that bus quick too.
Now I ain't gonna lie though. You remember he was getting his little head in Miami.
Yeah,
Y'all remember that?
yeah.
Same dude. So it ain't like you dealing with a stand-up American citizen. Now, if you want to know how I think about Jay-Z, let me tell you this. Before you down anybody, you have to say what's good about them. So before I say what I'm going to say,
First of all, I'm not a Jay-Z fan, so I'm just let that be clear.
But let me tell you, I was like the biggest Jay-Z fan. Like his first 4 albums, I really had Jay-Z listed as the best rapper ever. I had him before Tupac and Biggie. That's what I thought about him at first. Now, for his clout chasing or him doing this as a coon, I can tell you this. Jay-Z, he does help the community. He does do that. But when you think of Jay-Z as a man, the same kind of man I am, the same that most of us been, even though you helped the community, you made millions off of hurting them.
Right.
So I can tell you honestly, what is he known for? Selling coke. Hurt the community. So what is he known for now? What is his biggest market that he has? Selling alcohol. That's where he made his most money. So the things that you do aren't benefiting the community like that. I can say if I go to the Ace of Spades factory, it's not, I don't know if it's filled with black people, but I know when I go to the club, there's a bunch of black people holding the bottle, yeah, nigga, and they done spent their fucking rent. So I can't say that
2 bottles.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Nigga said for 2 bottles.
I can't say that you benefiting us without.
Like it's some high quality, affordable shit.
You see what I'm saying? So I can't say that everything he does is something for us, because what you got paid off the most was something that hurts the community in majority, but helps your family in the small part of it. Because think we all sold drugs. We know once these drugs leave the house, I don't know about y'all, but once I seen, like my auntie died from drug use and stuff like that, it hurt me.
Yeah.
But I kept selling drugs because my family needed it. So I didn't think about the outside, and I think about that when I think about Jay-Z. To say you might be doing this for us, I know the main reason you're doing it is for yourself. Because it's not like, he could have made a cold drink. You could have made this. But the things you chose to profit off of was talking about selling drugs in your song. It was talking about selling alcohol, selling cocaine. Now you have done other ventures, but most of your ventures that have been lucrative have been to hurt the community. So I don't know if this is his guilt trip to get back to say.
You know, some niggas be having that guilt trip and they just be feeling like, yeah, you know, they want to try to right their wrongs.
And you think that's what this is?
Yeah, I think, you know, just like the
I
last
had
show
to
we
sell.
did,
I got to sell
all the,
legit shit. Man, I don't know. I think I'd probably do it too.
Sell alcohol?
Yeah. I mean, hey man, we grown. You drink as you want, right?
Yeah, because I'm an ignorant motherfucker.
Well, listen,
I'm not trying to say I'm positive.
People
I'm
drink
halfway.
wine every day. That's still alcohol. People drink wine.
I'm halfway. But the thing is that we don't need to find, like when people interpret the Bible or whatever, this and that, we don't need to say the good thing to make us feel better. When we all know this is toxic.
Yeah.
What he's doing is toxic. So I can say that I think he's doing it a 50-50 thing, just like we do our whole
Straddling the
life.
fence.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Trying to right is wrong.
I don't think it's a Coon thing to do, but I don't think he's doing this to say, let me help my people. I think he's doing this to say, okay, I could bring awareness, but...
So wait, did you say if you thought Jay-Z was a coon or not? Or
Yeah.
You said, yeah, he is a coon. He is cooning? Or you think, is he cooning or not?
Shit, man. I'm with you. I think it's a cool...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I don't
right.
think...
Man, wait,
with the O-N...
3/4 of it.
I don't think he on it yet.
The 2 O's.
Yeah. I think it's the cool. But he might be on it in the middle, and it might be a whole cool move. But I have to see how this year play out. Because what got me the most about this whole deal is why they wait for NFL season. If you really wanted this change and you wanted this to happen, why it didn't happen months ago? Why it happened during preseason? Why it happened during the time when you're trying to promote your league? You had the off season to do this. You had last year. You had
last year.
You've been had time to do this. And Jay-Z bragged about not messing with the NFL. So what made him turn the corner?
Hey man, money.
That activist, so he trying to be activist. Or he trying to be a, what is this position? You know,
I don't know. They say
the rich black guy that got some money.
rich guy got some money.
This is my black friend.
A lot of
Yeah,
followers.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's my black friend right here. I told you I got one of them.
You should see his wife.
Right, you should see his wife. Oh Lord. Niggas is stupid. Yeah, man. So
I think it's that honeybee lady.
Yeah, with the honey on honey.
Hey man.
But yo, I don't know. I think like you said, it's on. I'm on the fence with it. I think Jay is doing a business move first, like you said, for him and his family first. Of course, I mean, but I think he might be on some guilt trip shit. Try to, be right and do right now by niggas and over the long term and let his daughter, Ivy or,
Would you took the deal?
If I would have did, I would have taken. I would have took the deal if I would have made.
I told you I took it.
If I could make a difference.
Yeah.
If it was just me, just to be having a position, then I would have felt like I'm selling out. You know what I'm saying? If I couldn't really make something happen, I would have felt.
But that was my point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be. I can't just take the money and just like not help.
Really
you
physically
know what I'm saying?
do something.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like got something to give, man.
Yeah. No.
So neither one of y'all can take the money and just be like, give me my check.
I got money.
That's the thing. If I was me personally, if my thing is, I'm a helpful person. I got help. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? You need clothes. I got clothes. No money. I'm gonna make sure you got clothes though.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna help you which way I can help. So if I have money to go back into my community, then I'm gonna do it. But if I don't, hey man, what can I do?
So you already got money. So did you really need him to start?
When you got that much money, you need more. You need more to keep your money too, though.
That's what I was saying about the NFL. They have no reason to why pick Jay-Z. Why pick him? They could have picked anybody that's a big star.
Better? Nobody better though.
A white cracker. I don't know.
They ain't gonna pick a white. But they need the black audience back. Cause that's I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, but you
think about country music. One of the biggest genres in the United States.
You gotta think of the NFL. 75% of the players are black.
Man, 75.
You know what I'm saying?
The
So
players is black, but who the owners and who's watching the team?
that's the only difference.
They banking off
those
us.
the people
That's
that
what
they wanted.
Yeah, but they say they banking off
but
us.
that's why he need the
Once you take our part out,
Mhm.
it's nothing. It's not much. That pot not so big no more.
Nope. Then you got
You know
the
what I'm
lowest rated
Right.
Super Bowl. Once you take the black people out, because that's what happened. They seen, now think, all the black people wouldn't even boycott. Because niggas is niggas, you know what I'm saying? I was supposed to boycott for two reasons.
Niggas still was watching it.
I was supposed to boycott because of the
They
Saints
still was Super Bowl
and because
party.
of Kaepernick. And where I was? Partying.
Damn
At the
bar.
Super
So
Bowl
people
party.
like, nah, I'm gonna just go to the bar. I ain't
I'm
gonna
a nigga.
I ain't gonna order it off.
I ain't watch football. As a matter of fact,
It's on
I haven't
regular
watched it
TV,
since-
dog. Like,
I probably haven't watched it since
Man,
the playoff.
I tell you how much a nigga I am.
What?
I was supposed to boycott. I had the NFL package. You heard me? I bought the motherfucking package. So
man,
you know,
back up,
I
man,
made
nigga.
sure I caught every
Pulling
game.
shit up
Matter
on the
of fact-
phone, nigga, at work.
Remember that bet we made? Remember the bet we made?
I'm ready.
Remember the bet we made at work?
Oh yeah, with the same.
Around that time is when I actually, it was before that, but I haven't really been watching football since that.
So the Saints took your heart out
Fuck
the
you,
league.
man.
Made you just.
Fuck the Redskins, right?
Yeah, man.
no doubt. My boy the Redskins.
Now we had a bet, right? We had to wear the shirt.
Yeah,
What,
with
you
a
got to
jersey.
wear
Then
what
he
jersey?
found the smallest shirt.
You say jersey?
Yeah, he had
Then he
the
found the
same
smallest jersey.
But hold up.
Hell no.
I forgot something.
This nigga.
I think I forgot it, and my wife bought it to work.
Yeah,
Word.
yeah.
Oh, on the way.
Then you got your wife and them motherfuckers
I,
being paid
I
which one
forgot
shit.
I forgot the jersey. I only
Yeah.
bought the hat. So he was on Facebook stuck. My wife was like, "Fuck that! I'm on the way.
yeah,
I'm
let
on
me
the way
bring
with
the
the
jersey
jersey.
then.
Nah, fuck that! You wearing the jersey
She
too."
found the smallest jump though,
Yeah, that
man.
bitch was
That
small.
nigga tight out here, damn, at the jab.
No, but with the Jay-Z thing, to say that we could say the NFL is trying to get back the black thing, but this is something that I'm even contradict myself because I think they might be doing this in a positive way because think how much of the white fan base they're gonna lose for partnering up with Jay-Z.
Does that outweigh the black fan base though?
I don't know, man.
I think
don't know.
I think what they thinking is like y'all said, the whole league is black a lot. Not everybody because it's mixed, but a lot of
Man, it ain't nothing but the offensive line, right? Offensive line and the quarterback. Everybody else.
And some linebackers.
you know what I mean. So
They do got a good white
Yeah.
linebacker for Dallas.
So I think they looking at that, like yo, once we get the black people back, the black players, fans back, then it'll trickle over to the other people that's just black. You know what I mean? But first, and I guess for Jay-Z defense, I guess it's kind of like better that they did it now at the beginning, because if it would have happened like right at playoffs or right at right before the Super Bowl, then he would have just been cooning all the way. No, there's no denying. Yeah, that's 100,000.
Yeah, I full coon though,
Yeah,
man.
that's all the way
Is
cool.
that nigga eyes turning black?
Cool for real.
I don't want to say my dog.
And he
cool,
growing a
though.
tail, man.
Because Jay-Z,
Jay-Z, he's a smart nigga
yeah,
too.
he's one of my role models. You know what I'm saying?
Mogul, man. Like he made some things happen. He did a lot of different things. Rock Nation, he into sports. He's into this shit. Like you know what I mean?
When you say that,
you can't.
Yeah, he's definitely a fan.
And that's what I'm saying.
fan.
He could get more players on teams. The shit Kaepernick was in, he could get players
He
in the
actually-
door. He could defend them.
The Brooklyn Nets is really the reason they the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
Because of him. His partnership, his piece of the ownership got them moved to Brooklyn. Kevin Durant is Rock Nation.
Right.
Kyrie Irving is Rock Nation.
Right.
So, honestly, all right, you know what I think Jay-Z is setting
Well,
up
it's
for?
a business, man. It's a business.
I think Jay-Z is setting up to where one day he gonna have one of his own leagues.
It's possible, man. Like that ain't like it haven't happened before.
I think
You know what I'm
him, Ice
All these
Cube, or
black
somebody
folk.
could partner up.
Yeah,
and
because Ice Cube just did some shit out here.
Just the
recently.
big three.
Yeah, recently, like last.
That's actually
last
it's
2,
still.
3 weeks.
It surprised me because it's still going on. Like it's been
It's
like a couple
growing.
years now. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
it's
So
growing,
it's
yeah.
really it turned out better than I thought.
It did.
And then for Ice Cube to do it, I never heard of Ice Cube. Had nothing to do with bad. I mean, yes, he did. You know, his song that he played.
Last
it
week,
was a
fucked
good
around
game.
and got a triple double.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was the shit. But
Hey, bro, that's the most underrated businessman
Ice Cube.
out of the rap industry.
When that nigga went from Ice Cube, nigga, NWA, you niggas gotta really think about.
30 year plus.
Man, listen,
All time.
NWA, Ice Cube had albums, dog, like, and then he in all these movies. Totally flipped it, totally
Still with
switched
his wife.
Right. No outside kids.
You feel me?
Shit, right?
Movies.
Yeah, movies out
He,
the ass.
he
like,
just
all kind of
slowly.
shit. He did all kind of
he moved
movies
on
too.
up.
Yeah.
Good movies too.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like, not just no rapper movie type
He
shit.
actually
You know what I
funny.
mean? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. With the mean mug grill piece that he did, signature mean mug.
Did y'all see the Triple X one? He did.
That
What
shit
was
was
that?
horrible.
Listen.
You kind of look like him.
I know. I'm about to get to that part. I get that too. I get that in Anthony
Who?
Look, I get that in
You
Anthony
said Triple X?
Yeah. But see, the action part, like, I looked at the action part. You know what I'm saying? So he's actually a good
Action.
yeah, he's a good action guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
he is.
it surprised me. I'm like,
Wait,
damn,
what's the movie?
Triple X, man.
With your boy, the white boy.
Vin
No,
Diesel,
no,
like,
Vin
white-
Diesel.
yeah,
They
Vin
did
Diesel,
one
yeah.
with Ice Cube.
But they was on a motorcycle and
Yeah,
shit.
but it's a different,
But
like
he
three
was on
different
the
ones.
motorcycle and shit, right?
Yeah, they got an Ice Cube
But
one.
you remember that
Garbage.
movie with
That shit went straight to
like a Fast and Furious? He was on the
Yeah.
motorcycle.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's,
Oh, that's it.
That's the Triple X shit.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, it was the
He was in the
spin-off.
tunnel, but he had a son though. You talking about?
I don't remember that garbage ass movie like that. Man.
I see.
It wasn't that bad,
He was
man.
on the motorcycle. It
It
was a
wasn't
motorcycle.
What you
shit.
mean it wasn't bad, man? That was.
Wasn't like
You said like it was
Dragon
horrible,
was in
like
it,
you couldn't watch
Dragon
it.
Was in it? Or was it Dragon?
All right,
Man, you talking about drag? You talking about DMX, man?
Class Act was better than Triple
The
X.
fuck, it's two different movies, man.
I'm just saying. I couldn't think of an action movie right there.
Stupid as fuck.
Fucking Bullfinger was probably better than that shit, man. That shit was garbage, man.
Man, I'm looking at the action, man.
Ah, whatever.
Yeah,
man.
fuck yeah. Potato, tomato, motherfucker.
Nah,
But yeah,
Who the fuck
no.
says tomato?
I ain't never met a motherfucker say tomato.
But I think I think Jay is doing a major business move. Like you
Yeah.
said, maybe he's going to be able to set up his own league. You know, get more black players in the league, keep black players, you know, working. You know, I think that's what
You
the
think
idea
if,
is.
if it's also possible too, is it possible think he might change the rules about drafting out of high school? I think that might be something
Possibly.
they could look into.
But the
Well,
NFL can't go. High school boy can't go to that league. NBA, not high school.
Well, high school, man, shit, that's some big ass high
I mean,
school
not
kids,
not
man.
NFL,
Some of these high school
NBA,
kids. Well, yeah,
NFL.
well, I feel you.
I don't think
But I'm
they
saying,
can.
but look at it like the life expectancy for NFL players, what, 13 years now, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some shit. So once they hit like 30 and 35, it's like they're not good anymore.
But since you
well, they're
said-
good, but not
They look
healthy.
like,
You know what I'm saying?
Since you said that high school thing, though, that actually does bring up something else that was in the news this week. The Chris Paul rule is made up for people like Jay-Z with the Rock Nation. The Chris Paul rule, not Chris Paul, Rich Paul, I'm sorry.
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul, that's LeBron's best friend.
Uh-huh.
But you know, he's like the biggest agent now in the NBA. But they actually set up a rule that any college player cannot sign with the agent who doesn't have a degree.
Damn.
So when you think that's Rock Nation, so that means now Jay-Z can't sign Zion Williamson.
Because who?
Rich Paul can't sign him. This is what the NCAA just did.
Because wait, who needs a degree?
The agent.
The agent.
Needs a degree.
Yes. What fucking sense that make? You see how you sitting there thinking about it like,
Nah,
what?
so basically, I'm gonna just have to hire some agents with that got degrees under my business. And
Nah,
they're gonna hire.
I don't know if the owner of the firm got to have a degree.
Yeah.
I don't know about that far, but that's what they're saying. The new rule is.
Oh yeah, they could bypass that. Because if it's a business, it's a business. I just got I got 3 agents working for me. I don't need a degree.
And they all got
They,
degrees.
yeah, they all
got
got
triple degrees,
Yeah.
motherfucker. How about that?
That's,
Yep.
that's what they got going on now. Is
They
for
got it.
people like Rock
bypass
Nation.
it.
You know.
Man.
Because it'd be a
There's
lot.
always some. There's always some though, man. People got to make money off of everything.
Keep it black.
Like whether it's every dollar, that dollar broken down 800 different ways, man. You get 2 cents, I get a third of that penny. You might get the whole fucking rest of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That shit, bro. They break that dollar down so much, man.
Fuck, when you think about a dollar being broke down, the average MC doesn't even get a dollar himself.
No.
And now they got streaming. I don't even know how streaming goes.
Cents on the
I think
cents.
streaming for
like
downloads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
need
so
like
the more the downloads.
You need like a 10,000 streams for $30.
Nah.
Shit like that.
Go back to Jay-Z again. His title is paying more than any other streaming service.
Yep. That's
Like
a fact.
like we do this podcast, we on iHeartRadio, Apple Tunes,
Mm-hmm.
Apple with podcast, whatever they change it to. Man, you know, if we get like 1 million things, we only get like $3,000,
Yep.
if that much.
Yep.
Make you just want to cut the fucking camera
You
off.
gotta get,
Fuck this
I
shit.
mean, you gotta get 100 million views.
But they ain't talking about promotion. Promotion where you make your money at.
You know what I'm saying? 100 million views a year.
Mm.
Damn. And then you're gonna be like, feeling like you done did something.
So Jay-Z, y'all, we talk about him being a coon. So if he ain't a coon, who the biggest fucking coon?
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey, man.
What about you?
What I said, who said your boy, I hate to say it because I'm a New Yorker and all that, but straight ham. The nigga straight ham.
Oh,
man.
the gap?
Yeah, I'm on the show shit.
The Gap.
He been going, he
That
just
nigga
let
on
this
like
thing- he
7
just-
different shows,
Yeah,
though.
like he just waving on, he just doing it all. He just doing whatever out there. I mean, get your money, you know what I mean? But damn, dog.
He be
like,
shucking and jiving.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
see, that's why I say Steve Harvey, right?
You out here sucking and
Ooh.
jiving.
I say Steve Harvey because like I listen to him in the mornings, but it's like some days I can't stand because you contradict yourself so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, one week you say one thing, then you go back and listen to some other shit. You're saying something totally
You
different.
walking that line.
Yeah, so it's like I can't
You
really.
don't know what side you
Yeah,
on.
exactly, man. Then the whole thing went down with him and Monique. You know what I'm saying? I think that was kind of both of them, but he ain't had to go that far. You know what I'm saying?
Both of them being messy and stupid.
Yeah.
Both of them being bitter about their career.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna say he bitter. He fucking arrogant. But speaking of him,
But
I think he
didn't
the
get
biggest
fired or
coon,
something
too.
Now?
who him?
Steve Harvey.
Did what?
Didn't he just get fired from his job or something?
What, the Family Feud?
Show
I mean, I was hearing that, but I'm still seeing him on fucking, still doing
They got
shows.
mad
Fucking
replays.
reruns.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about like far as, like, he'll still talk about it on the show.
What you
Oh,
think
okay.
about his daughter dating Diddy?
Puffy? Man, I thought that was kind of weird though, man.
And that was his son's girl.
But
Come on.
is
man.
that his daughter or that's?
That's,
I heard that was-
Steve.
That's his stepdaughter.
Yeah, but how did she get his name, his last name?
That was my daddy.
Yeah,
I wanted,
like-
but if that was my stepdaddy, I want to fucking name too.
My dad named Harvey.
Yeah,
But
I
I was
want you
married,
to.
what, 13 years?
But you could adopt for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would take that adoption name. Fucking Chad Harden.
Stupid.
Like, 'cause I had to think about it like, damn, so if it's her daughter, and then like his last name, like I was trying to figure that shit out. So I'm like, money
Diddy
makes
nasty
you do.
son. Who I don't know who name is what. That nigga nasty.
But nah,
That's who she
but so
son's
y'all sure it
girlfriend
was his son's girlfriend,
Yeah.
and not just because I was
It was his son
hearing
girlfriend.
that they was taking the pictures. They was on the runway when they was doing the show.
Nah, it was
It
his son
wasn't his actual
girlfriend. It was his girlfriend.
Alright, so
They might try to clean it up. You seen that shit on Revolt TV? The shit that Diddy own?
No.
Cause he might change up the story on that thing. But
could y'all do that? Like, could you actually?
Son though.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Come on,
Like,
B. Not your dad, nigga.
I-
Unless I'm like, you know, my son does music and
yeah.
I got me a lady, I got my lady, but
Say it louder.
Yeah, you got his lady.
got my lady, but you know, my son do a show. He had a show,
And it's a group.
and it's
Yeah.
you understand me. And
Yeah.
your dad, nigga, your dad over there, nigga, your dad, nigga,
I do that.
your dad, come on,
Together
B.
with my
That's a different kind of, but not my girl, not
the son's girl,
This was your
yeah.
shorty,
Yeah,
and,
Nah, I can't
and I seen you come into the house as my son's girl,
yeah.
nigga, and then now I'm about to be trying to pipe you
Man,
down.
I probably
Nah,
still
B.
be feeling. You know, man, I'm a nasty
I be
nigga. I'm
thinking,
still
yeah,
kind of.
definitely. Your
But
son
I-
I mean, I might look at that. I mean, you
Some more
know,
smooth.
Hey, man.
You more smooth with the nastiness. He ain't as nasty. He's less smooth with
he
it.
ain't that raw, man. He ain't that
he fuck
uncut.
yeah.
He take you out to eat.
Right.
Fuck that shit. You ain't going nowhere.
He let
with
you
these
finish
things.
your meal and drink.
Nah, he better tell you. We gonna take it upstairs. Go and grab that up real quick.
He don't put the dick on the plate.
We need to go now. Like,
Yeah, he don't bring you a hot
You
dog.
got-
appetizer, just ain't the appetizer. Like, we gotta
Get
go.
in the car.
So we saying we could you could flip somebody with your son but you can't.
I can't.
I'm not
I
taking
can't grab my
this
son either.
girl. I can't be with your ex.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't. I haven't
on,
been with
baby.
one of my partners.
Anybody, your boy, my son.
You don't fuck your partner, girl?
What? Tell
Little
that
knife
ass
ass nigga. Man.
I mean, look though, it was because I had stipulations at one point, but sometimes like, god damn, you know, he was a dirty motherfucker too. So
Hey, he
look, no, he
my
probably
nigga won't do it. We cool, but not like that.
No, I'm saying like it was an incident where my homeboy, man, I should have did it, but it was his mother. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well,
Yeah, but it was
different when it's your mom.
He got himself locked up. You know what I'm saying? And I would still go over there, help out. You know what I'm saying? Like do little certain shit for whatever. Then shit led to another, man. You know, always put my dick where ain't supposed to belong. But hey,
That's his mom's. I mean, you know.
You at least put money on the nigga books, huh? That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
nah, man.
That's fucked up.
Nah, man.
He ain't put no money.
I wasn't trying to play his father, motherfucker.
Trying to play his mom. Stupid.
Hey, man,
Nah,
I'm pretty sure we all done some shit we want.
I ain't never
Yeah,
do
you
no
do.
shit like that, man.
Yeah, man.
I might do some coon shit to get a check right quick, but I ain't about to do nothing like that. Nah.
You know, don't make it sound like I just went out and tried to go fuck his mother. Like, nah, man, just shit happened, man. Shit.
I can't believe this nigga. Why the nigga locked up?
Hey, man.
Could've did why the nigga was free.
I did when he got out. Still.
Dude.
Fucked up.
What up, son? I'm gonna see
Hey,
you
man,
in
I'm
a
see.
bit.
I ain't here to see you, man. I'm gonna see your mother, man. Where your mom at?
You made me forget all about our damn self. We been talking about coons, man.
Yeah, man. Now we talking about
Steve Harvey and
Steve
all
Harvey,
that. Damn Diddy.
Lord Harvey and Diddy.
I wasn't
We
even
started
talking
with Steve Harvey cool, and then we started talking about Diddy and the girlfriend and the Steve Harvey daughter.
Y'all ever worked with any coons? Know any coons?
Yeah.
Well, right.
Hell yeah.
Shit, man.
Don't that shit piss you off?
Hey, man.
How y'all think the first cooning came about?
Shit,
Around
of
with
course.
Somebody
Slavery,
trying
man.
to get away
Shit,
from some
trying to-
lashings or some
Yeah,
shit.
exactly, man. He
Master,
picking that cotton, man.
Niggas out here looking all extra, yeah. He ain't picking that.
You know, I
cotton
could have
right now.
picked a little more
I
cotton than that.
told him, master, what? Nigga trying to avoid some lashings and damn out here acting like
We
we
said-
the white folk. Damn.
All right. Now, since we talking about slavery, and we all know probably the first coon was with slavery, you know what? Something I want to tell both of y'all right now.
What's up?
You could talk about all the coons you know, and you know what?
Yeah.
You can't mention a light-skinned coon. Light-skinned niggas ain't coons.
They be the most pro-black niggas out.
You see what I'm saying? Because we got to overcompensate about us being light-skinned. My mama,
Only
bro.
a light skinned motherfucker thinks some shit like that.
I'm just telling you honestly, though. My mama had an African wedding.
Yeah.
My mama probably brighter than me. It's
That's
African
right.
wedding.
That's
Nigga, we
right,
even tried to
mama.
do Kwanzaa one year. You know how mad I was doing fucking Kwanzaa?
As a kid,
Oh, man, I was like, "Ma, for real."
Kwanzaa Sunday, dog. You give
Every day she calling us downstairs at like 6 o'clock to do something. I'm
ritual to
like,
figure
yeah,
out
I'm like,
what today Kwanzaa is.
yeah, and you get like a
What day
little
Kwanzaa.
dumb present and stuff like
Fuji
that.
Jakalia,
Boy, by the
Imani.
third day she went to call us. We was like, nah, man. we ain't fucking with that. Now.
Kwanzaa, big. Get your 7 days.
You know a
of
light skinned
gifts.
coon?
I can't say that I do.
You know a light skinned coon?
I don't know what you mean light
Who
skinned brothers though.
was that lady that was the big, like a big coon? Oh shit, she was in like government shit. or something.
Condoleezza Rice?
Yeah, is it government?
Nah, man, she about that nail color, man. Don't
Yeah,
give
she
her
right.
to
Nah,
don't give her to the light skinned community, man. We don't accept that.
That's the thing, you know what? I gotta be trying to tell people like red light skin. People
Yeah.
call me light skin. I'm like, I'm not light skin, man. Probably
You might be in the middle.
maybe in the middle.
You might
It's
be
more like a carrot bag.
brown paper bag.
Not like
Mocha.
that. Nah, he like skin.
Brown bag, bro.
Fuck yeah.
But you can't consider me light skinned because I'm
bad.
on the verge of white. Like I've been called
Bright
Spanish
skin.
more times than I've been called black. So I wouldn't even say that, man. But I
I'm
don't know.
glad your motherfucking mustache grew back though.
Me too,
That shit was
man.
kind of weird.
Me too. I didn't realize my lip was so fucking big. It was rough.
Black.
Nah, that week,
Man.
Boy, everywhere I went, boy, I was getting treated like a white man. Niggas bumping into me at the store. I ain't get no respect, no nothing. They wouldn't even like excuse me on. They was like, move,
motherfucker.
move, white man. You know
Right. Hey, what you doing over here?
Yeah,
Hey, just get in front of this little Mexican
Doing
over
over
here.
here.
fuck me up,
Yo,
man.
Poppy, watch out, Poppy.
Yeah.
But talk about coons, man. I say, what's the top 3 coons you know?
What, personally?
Ooh, we ain't gonna get into person. I know we only got like 10 people watch the show, but one of them niggas like,
Shit, 1 of the 10, yeah, I got you.
all right, so I would say my top coons: Steve Harvey, Ray Lewis, and Terry Crews.
Oh shit.
Why Terry
I forgot
Crews,
about
man?
Terry Crews.
I don't really.
I think Terry Crews be kind of cooning. He
Yeah.
jumped on like the Me Too
When that
movement.
man grabbed his dick and shit, and he ain't
Okay, I
there
did hear about
respond,
that, yeah.
That's some coon shit.
Listen,
Then you
you
gonna
know what?
complain,
You
your
right,
wife
you
is
right,
right
you right.
there. You should have punched
You
that
can't
nigga
grab
in his
my
face,
dick.
nigga. Period.
Especially no
Point
man.
blank, period.
A
I don't
female
give a
man, I'm
fuck.
like, I'm gonna let that slide.
Yeah.
But another male grab.
What you said, a female man?
No, I said a female. I ain't been out Georgia that motherfucker.
No, it ain't ATL, nigga. It's a female
No,
man
I said
walking
female,
around
like
out
between a female and man. A man could definitely not grab me, but a female, of course, you know what I'm saying? But like, if a man grabs me, like it's no.
Grab your dick.
Yeah, it's no. You supposed to go from 0 to 1,000, right?
Right.
Hey, that's what the man
You know what I'm
grabbed me.
saying?
He went like,
Right.
Like,
Ain't none
yeah,
of that
like,
hood shit.
Oh,
man.
nigga.
Ain't no way.
did like a little
There's no
exhale.
way, man.
Anyway. What are your top 3 coons?
I mean,
I can't
I said
with
you
this
said
nigga.
them. You said them. Except
But
Terry
don't
Crews.
forget about your boy. Okay, go ahead.
No, that was it. I ain't had you know.
Okay.
I mean, one is just Steve Harvey.
I just wanted to throw your boy Straight Ham in there. Make sure he
Straight
got thrown in there. Straight
So we
Ham.
gonna take out Terry Crews and put him in?
Nah, Terry Crews
We'll
is
keep Crews.
Crews,
He
man.
said we keep him in
Yeah,
the
we don't have to leave Crews in there, man. Steve Harvey.
I mean, that was, for me, that was my only thing for Cruz. I mean, cut you off though. But other than that, I mean, I think Cruz, I do it, man. You know what I'm saying? But besides that part, can't get past that part.
Yeah, that's next level.
So it's official. Ray Lewis coon.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Ray Lewis. Why'd you say Ray Lewis though? What Ray Lewis be
Man.
doing? You know, I be lost on
I
that
watched the
shit.
NFL Network, bro, and whew, his comments, just the way he act, the way he do things.
Towards black people.
Not toward black people, just his line. You
I
know,
just can't fuck with Ray Lewis. Yeah, I'm gonna say he the biggest coon.
I can
you
tell
know
you,
why?
you know his celebration that he do?
What is it? The
The
little
dance.
dance shit.
Guess what he tried to say it was about?
What's it?
He said when he
tribal shit.
is the God, the Father, and that's what it's for.
Really?
He said when I slide, that's for the God. When I do it this way, it's for our Father. So he tried to say the whole thing was about religion. It was spiritual. He said that wasn't me bragging or boasting or trying to show that I'm better. That was me celebrating God.
Man, listen.
See what I'm saying? So that's why I
But I thought he definitely got that dance from somebody though.
He probably did. So
But I just can't fuck with Ray Lewis because you know why? Because the nigga shut down Buckhead in Atlanta.
You know, he was in the
I was
club
here.
that night, huh?
Huh?
He was in the club that night. I'll let you tell you the story.
The nigga shut Atlanta down in Buckhead fucking around with Ray Lewis, nigga. That same day, that weekend of the Super Bowl, that whole stabbing and all that shit.
Nigga was in there.
Shut it down. It was all Ray Lewis. It was all like killed the nigga. What kind of shit went down? Yeah, I can't.
And nobody talks about it.
Yeah,
that
so it
shit
was already under the
major.
rug. It was already that shit over
That
the
shit was major, dog. That shit changed the whole shit out here.
I give him.
Shut Buckhead down.
I guess I shouldn't give him a coon because if I probably meet him, he might get a little quick stab on me or something.
One of them slides on you, nigga.
But why he even stabbing a nigga as big as he is? He could have fought the nigga.
I thought it was his man.
I thought it was his man,
One of
yeah.
his
He
mans
just
in
got-
the gang.
you know, they
gang
try to-
shit, whatever.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I hear a lot of people call Charlamagne a coon, man.
Oh, Charlamagne.
Yeah, I
think
like
Charlamagne
Charlamagne.
I
though.
like
Hey,
Charlamagne.
I don't think so. No.
I'm saying I hear it. I mean, I hear a lot of people call people coons though, but sometimes I'm like, man, y'all fishing.
Yeah,
Man.
corny.
Yeah, y'all fishing.
So what do you think about your boy that made that man, black man, oh man, black man. You know what I'm
Oh, we
talking
talking
about?
about my boy, man.
Glover.
Glover, Donald Glover.
You think he a coon?
I don't know. It just when I be seeing certain shit, it be confusing me.
I mean, he a weirdo, but he a weirdo.
Who said it at the same time? Nigga weird.
I mean, I like the dude though. I mean, I like his
I like
talent.
him
Man,
too.
you know what I'm saying? We just, hey,
I don't think he's a coon. I think he's so smart that he misunderstood.
Yeah.
I think he's a genius that never he don't fit in because he's not the average. What's sad to say that in the black community, if you're not a gangster, you don't talk a certain way.
Yeah,
Or you talk too white. Or you
Yeah,
like,
but I know why you saying coon because
it should.
he raps about only messing with white girls and Chinese.
And then when I see the things he doing is with like white people, besides that video, is like white content.
This American video?
White type of content,
But
rock type, different shit. I seen something he was on that was kind of dope just now, but I don't know. You know, what
He did a movie with Rihanna.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
Yeah, he did a Rihanna. I don't watch that shit, man. It was like,
That's my cousin.
Nah. I fuck with his that show he had and all that other shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fire.
yeah.
Yeah,
shit
I
fire,
fuck
man.
with that though. I fucks with him though. But I was
Yeah,
never
You ever see a stand up?
Nah. He
Hilarious.
said the reason he do, his family was rich, so he grew up only around
that type of shit.
white people. Yeah, his mom and daddy rich. I forgot what they do, but he grew up on that way. He weird as fuck, but I would say he more of a weed head, more of an acid kind of person.
Check out his comedy though. You I think y'all like it. He funny as shit though.
I ain't gonna check it out. We ain't check it out. We got any more coons to run through this list? Cause I don't know no time limit we on.
Yeah, nah, we about good right now. We need to, but I think that's all the coons been cooning for coon century.
So we're gonna run down this new episode part of the show. Gonna be called The Scenario.
What we got, man?
So this is when we stories of real life incidents, something that happened. How would you react off the scenario? What would you do? So today we talk about, like I said, y'all know I'm a wild dude, so it's like one of these days a get together / party kind of, fuck around with the chicks or whatever. So my homeboys ride with me. I get a phone call, and he's like, "Yeah, come through, man. We got a little roller here, man. Everybody tearing our ass up pretty much, whatever." So I tell my homeboy over there. We get to the spot. We got dudes out front drinking, playing the PlayStation, whatever. Everybody cooling. It's like maybe 13 guys in it.
Yeah.
So I go in a room. You can't really see nothing what's going on because there's so many people in there. So man, that's too many niggas. Hey, fuck it. Y'all can have y'all things. So I go out there pulling drinks and shit. So my homeboy sits down. So he just looking around and shit. Damn, man. That's where it gets weird. So my baby mother just got that same pocketbook. I smelled everything. As soon as he said that shit,
Oh, man.
this bitch comes out the room and runs into the bathroom butt ass naked. He jumps over the table. Bitch, bring up. Like, I'm literally grabbing this motherfucker in the head.
What?
It's his baby mother the whole time. They in there fucking the hell out of this man baby mother.
Wow.
And she done lied and said she was with the sister. And yeah, exactly. So she,
how the hell your ass is at a snake?
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and he's still with the bitch though. That's the crazy part. He's still with the chick, man.
So what's our scenario?
They done ran into
What would you? The scenario is like,
Yeah.
how would you react? Like, would you leave? Would you stay? Would you? You know what I'm
ran
saying?
a train on his baby mama.
You got 13 dudes, 13, 14 dudes.
What you
in
doing?
this place.
What you doing? So?
Man, I'm shooting somebody. Her first person.
Shit, nigga, shit. I don't know, man. I can't fight
Like,
everybody.
in a way, I kind of want to let him go, though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
can't even fight everybody in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
So you ain't let him beat her up?
I mean, we couldn't let that happen, man. Like, come on, man.
13 niggas busting that pussy down. They gonna save the pussy. I ain't gonna let her get beat up.
Hey,
Wait a minute, dog.
Niggas.
Fit my $45. I want his turn.
Are they still together?
Yeah. Hey, man, still to this day,
that
man.
would have probably been a deal for me. I don't care how much I love you, boy.
Yeah, because that thing sound like this right now.
Like. That's what I was thinking. Like, you don't want to know.
I mean, you gotta just think about this shit. Though. Like, just think about it in your head. I mean, I'm already, like I said, I went there, I see, you got niggas standing there.
You couldn't even
Got
see
to dig out.
what's going on.
Exactly. They jerking off from the bitch. Y'all bent over.
Nigga ready
ass
for
out.
his turn, like.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just like that.
Getting shit ready, like, alright, yeah, I'm gonna do a different style on it when I
You hear
go.
everybody talking about, yeah, man, Shawty got that wet. Shawty this, man. She's sucking up everything. And you sitting there listening to everybody talk about this shit, but then when you find out it's your girl, nigga.
No, that's a wrap.
And then you still with her though.
That's a wrap.
And this shit's been like
She got that in her to do that. She been wanting to do that, and she want to do that.
no, she's been doing it because it's not the. That's why I got the phone call because everybody was missing it. Like she was always at his house. That was her thing.
You know what though?
Wow.
The head gotta be sick.
Man, all of them gotta be
But
sick.
for him to still be with her.
I'm trying to tell you.
Or he just a different kind of nigga. You know what I mean?
But see, that's another thing too.
Clown. He ain't from.
We called him Ohio. You know what I'm saying? That's where he's from. So
okay.
he's from the bitch from Southeast though. So she got her a grain ass nigga. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm saying.
That's what hoes do.
Turn the nigga out.
You find a duck, somebody who don't know you.
Yeah, and then turn the nigga out, and then shit, ride the fuck out.
After you reach a certain level of hoeing, that's what you have to do. You have to find somebody who don't know you.
That's why I said you don't want to know. You don't want to know more than 2 niggas that fucked your girl and your baby mama. You don't want to have a list of niggas that done ran up through your bitch like that.
What was the part on Don't Be a Menace? Your man was in the back cooking and shit. Phase on Love was in the back cooking. He's like, damn, I ain't got that. She get pregnant. He's like, start fucking up again. He's like, yeah, he say, man, she said I was the last one I've been with the last 15 minutes. He's like. Like, yes. Like, god damn, man.
Lord.
Yeah. So wait, what would you do though? Because I'm out. It's over.
Me personally, I already told you, man. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah. I said I'm shooting somebody. Nobody was going to be able to hold me from getting in that bathroom, choking the shower ass.
But did your partner
You
know?
did in front of 13 other niggas.
Man,
did your partner know that was your other partner?
Sure.
Nah, that's the thing. They don't know each other. They know.
Okay.
I know him through my neighborhood, but I know the other guy. We play football together.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when you
came
playing
over
football,
the day and
we
running and
have
shit.
we going through the cheerleaders and all them and shit. So it was like that's how it was. You know
I'm
what
just making sure that's because that would have been a whole different part of the scenario.
Yeah, no, they didn't know each other.
Would have known that you got a gangbang on.
He just happened to be with me. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing. He just happened to be with that.
Gangbang.
Don't pick Ronald up.
Yeah.
Don't tell Ronald about the barbecue. That's a whole different one.
Leave Ronald out. Alright, we ain't doing that this week.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that used to happen all the time, man. We like dudes, girlfriends, man, dudes, man, all type of shit, man. Baby mothers getting tossed around and
nigga.
that's why I used to be so tired of my baby mother, man. I say, bitch, you better be home and
Shit through the grapevine.
fuck is that calling your phone? Who was that?
That's a hurtful feeling, man.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
No, but for real though, on the real shit or some shit like that, my peoples, man, my peoples that just came out here or whatever, went through some shit like that with somebody he was working with for years.
One James. My bad. I'm sorry.
Working with him for years with him, training nigga, and end up hearing the nigga that he trained for like 3-4 years, working with him every day, riding out with him, and damn, ended up hearing him and fucking his wife over the phone, like heard the whole thing.
Damn.
Like he went crazy after this, like for real, went like need medicine crazy. Like the nigga really flipped out.
Yeah, that's a hurting motherfucker.
Yeah. So that shit's like some real shit really happened. I mean, it wasn't no gangbang, but you know what I'm saying? For you to know the nigga that you know
personal.
3-5 years riding with you to fuck your baby, your
In
wife.
a situation like that, though, I don't even think you'd be as mad at the woman as with him.
Yeah, because she done came
Man,
in and
both.
scooped up.
But think of all them days you done work with him and talk to him about it. So
He probably treating you to lunch and you buying him lunch, probably stealing some other shit. Y'all think y'all cool.
You energizing him up to go smash your shit.
Yeah, exactly, man.
God.
that's fucked up.
But you know what it was?
Oh, you gonna be doing overtime today? Oh, cool. Hey, I'm gonna take my lunch early. Hey, Brenda, man, what's up, man? Hey, man, your boy gonna be able to work late.
Boy, people ain't shit nowadays.
Trying to tell you, man.
People ain't shit. What you got with the music, Sue? Where we going with?
Sure, yeah. You know, I was just gonna talk about that. Merger with Griselda. You know, I'm on that Griselda tip. You know, all the Griselda cats, right? Benny the Butcher from they're from Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
You know, West Side Gun, Conway. But they just did a merger with Benny and them over there with Tidal. So, you know, they did a merger with Tidal. You know, they was messing with Shady Records. They was messing with Shady first. You know what I'm saying? Shady 4-5, all that. So I don't really know how that really happened. That transition to go to Rock Nation, but they did a little transition merger with Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? Some good shit. Yep. Some J shit. That's what I meant to bring it up when we were talking about the J shit too. But yeah, so you know they got they squad. One of the other cats from they squad, infamous Lord Flea Lord, just dropped a project. You know, with 38 Special, Griselda. They all like Griselda affiliates. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I was just shouting them out. You know, check out that new material. You know what I mean? That Griselda, the Rock Nation merger. You know what I'm saying? Flea Lord dropped a new album. You know they got the new album where they like 6, 7 songs, 8 songs, 5 songs now. So cats dropping some new music.
That's how long an album is
now?
now?
Now albums is
up,
like
man.
6, 7 songs, 8 songs. You know, cats ain't really putting a lot of joints on albums. And they say that because they say people's mind or attention span is so short that it's a waste of time to try to drop a whole album. That's why I say just put out singles versus dropping the whole album. Because think about it, like we think about this algorithm with whatever post and all this shit, algorithm with the post and all of that. But you know, you know, like trying to when you posting and you want your feed to be seen or a certain amount of times you should post or when you should post and all of that. That's how that shit come into play. So when you think about it, if you got to post 20 times on one page in 5 days, or shit 3 times a day times 5 days, you know what I'm saying? You got to see something that many times for it to actually register.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to see it because you're gonna see it. You're gonna scroll like this real quick. You never see it again. You know what I mean? So you got to repeatedly, constantly.
That's how social media
so
working
people
now.
can see it and absorb it. You know what I mean? So you put out a whole album with 15 songs on it. Niggas is never gonna get to the 3rd song. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep pumping first one, so they can actually grasp it. Unless they just fucking with you.
How many tracks does Meek Mill Championship have?
His album
15?
was his album was like a regular album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything, man.
Yeah. And see, you know, they banking off of streams though. You know, because they got their celebrity name and they limelight already. People
so these guys not really out there.
People on the stream. They out there like that. They getting streams like that, but they independent. So for what Meek Mill gotta do, they don't gotta do that many numbers.
So they're independent and with title.
Yeah. So what artists is doing now, which is the lick, is that even though it's streaming on Spotify, Apple, and all of that, they still selling their product, the whole album, from their personal website. You feel what I'm saying? So to buy it, you got to buy it from. I mean, you can download it, you know, with the subscription, you know, with whatever you pay. But you got to buy it from them directly, and that's how they really kind of making their bread.
So are they cutting out the big? Like the big,
basically, like
the
all
record
the
labels.
overhead for the record label that they need. You know what I'm saying? Cats is putting out their own videos now. You know what I'm saying? Smaller budget videos, but more videos. You know what I'm saying? Putting out more songs. You know what I mean? For videos, like singles, basically. You know what I mean? So if you got 7 joints, 8 songs, you could do a video for every song, and sell your merchandise like Cats rocking. You know, that Culture Vulture T, Singers and Styles, got some new shit. You know what I mean? Sell your merch, sell your album straight from your site, and just get the streams. And because you got that fan base already, you get your streams up, and people will come to your site, and that's how they make money. You know what I mean? And do their shows.
So y'all got y'all Culture Vulture and Signature Series.
Yeah, you know.
Mr. Importance coming out with his own underwear. It's gonna be one of the dick holes all the you know, everybody got their own shit on.
Out already. But yeah, man, that's the music segment real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just put y'all on that. Griselda should know about that merger with the Rock Nation and Griselda. They get Benny, the plugs I met, tour about to pop off. You know what I mean? Fleet Lord, new joint drop. Yeah, check that out.
This all New York?
That's all like a little clip. Yup, that's some New York shit. Yup.
That's what's up, man.
I had to check that out. So y'all heard about that? Who we look out for? Who the next nigga who you think about to?
Oh, about to blow up?
Willie Wave.
Too much Quan.
I heard you.
That shit out there. Richie Noto. See you, baby.
Heard you, yeah. You know, I don't know, man. Shoot, I don't know, man. It's a lot of cats. You know, to me, it's a lot on the same level. It's a lot of new cats that's got some flavor. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Check that camp out.
It's still some older guys though that's out. Like y'all heard. I'm pretty sure y'all probably heard of Futuristic.
Futuristic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The guy. I mean, he older. I mean, not older, but he's been out for a while.
Yeah.
But I think he's very underrated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He underrated.
Where you from?
He I want to say from. What is that? Where was DMX living at the last? Arizona. Arizona.
Oh yeah,
Arizona. Yeah, Futuristic. He been out for a while. He got a nice flow. He got a lot of bars, and just kid alright, man. He been out for a minute though.
I don't know. It's a lot of new cats that's coming up though. You know what I mean? It's a lot of new cats. It's some cats that I just got turned on to that I just didn't know. But it's a lot of new cats. You know, they got that whole Dreamville just dropped. So that's a couple of cats out of that little squad. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I was talking about Benny the Butcher and all that. He's waving hard, yo, real hard, like real hard. Yeah, he's real hard. Yeah, real hard. I'm talking about like, listen, I fucks with Benny. Conway was the first one I really was rocking with. And then I heard Benny like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like his shit is ill. He got that plugs I met. His shit is hard. You know, I met him at the A3C last year. He was out here, you know what I'm saying, did that show out there.
When that's next month?
That's is it October?
I know it's coming soon because I know it'd be cold outside.
October. Yeah, I think it's October.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, man, them cats is the wave. I mean, that's why you say next coming up. They already out and waving, so I don't really want to say they next up, but they really waving. Yeah, be like on that era, that hip hop, boom bap type, shit. He got a joint called The Plugs I Met, so you gotta know what kind of
Benny the Butcher, The Plugs I Met.
Yeah. That's his most recent joint. They got mad shit. And Fleet Lord joint that Loyalty and Trust. This shit is dope. 38 Special. They got a girl named She-Nor. They got a nice little clip though. They got a nice little clip they fuck with.
So that's the music news of the day. What's the name of the clip?
Griselda Records.
Griselda Records with Title, and that brings it back to Jay-Z, man. Y'all got anything within the show? We might as well just call this episode Jay-Z. You got something to say about this episode before we wrap this shit up?
Nah, we pretty much covered
it. I just want to say I just want to hear what Jay-Z got to say, the details of what everybody's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to know what the details are. Like what is he really going to be doing? And then I'll really know if I could drop that last in on that Coon for Jay-Z.
Right. It's close to it.
Yeah, it's very, very.
All right. So we close out by saying that's basically what General Mills just talked about, man. For far as with Jay-Z with the Coon, I think the jury is still out on that one, but it's I wouldn't say it's kind of close to it because Jay-Z always has another move, as you can hear.
Yeah.
His name was mentioned over and over again in the show, and that
multiple things.
And that really wasn't on purpose. That was just to say that a lot of things went back toward him, so you could think of maybe that's why the NFL went to him because they see how many things go
his hands on him.
Yeah, got his hands in a lot of things.
But the only thing I want to say, man, is if it's too soon, you might be a coon. So watch what the fuck you do for your money, man. Don't just jump on everything. You jump on everything, that's probably some coon shit. They tell you all money ain't good money, man. Yeah. Follow that. Follow the rules. Follow Jay-Z. He'll tell you, go listen to niggas, steal niggas or some shit like that, man. We out.
Nigga though.
Old nigga podcast.
Old nigga.